what is a lesson from Machiavelli that you think most people gloss over, or something, sort of a hidden gem that you wish had more exposure, that more people knew?
Oh, there's so much there. You're going to tease my adult brain here, but the idea that the most powerful idea that he has, and he has a lot of powerful ideas, is that people rise to a position, an elevated position, based on a certain quality that they have that makes them stand out. Let's say for Chris Williamson, it's your pleasing ability, your bonhomie, your simpatico, whatever the language you want to use, makes you blah, blah, blah. But a point is reached where the times change, things are different, because life is always changing. And that thing that you relied on, that strength that you have, is no longer so in demand. It's not so interesting. The culture has moved on, but you don't know how to move on because you're addicted to the same way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
So when he was saying what would be the perfect prince, to talk about the prince, like in his book, The Prince, would be a man or a woman, but this time it'd be a man who could continually adapt to circumstances, who just didn't have one form of power. If be able to shift with fortune and ride it and keep riding it upward and upward, that would be like a superhuman being who could always adapt to circumstances, not change who they are, not suddenly be a confident person who's now really timid, but to use your confidence in a different manner when the time asks for something different. And so in my consulting, most of the people who fail in life that I'm working with have reached a level of power, a position, but they can't go any further. They hit a ceiling because they don't know how to adapt. They only have one way of responding to circumstances. So we think of Machiavelli as this kind of rigid thinker with this sort of aggressive ideas. He's actually a very fluid thinker. And it's all about being fluid. One of his main metaphors is water, because, there was a river in Florence and he was sort of obsessed with currents, kind of like in a Sun Tzu, an Asian way, your ability to flow and change and adapt to circumstances. And I wish people understood that and weren't so rigid about everything that they do.